Hi everybody! Today I am making a frame that could be decoration for the entry door for Christmas time or winter time, or maybe just a wall in your house. So I'm starting off with the different kinds of frames that you will see throughout the Advent calendar. And I'm burning the wood with a soldering blowpipe. You have to be very careful with that, but it's actually pretty easy to get the grains of the wood more visible. You just have to be careful that you don't burn yourself. So all of these frames, and also the one that I'm using today, are the frames that were on canvases. So I didn't like the canvas anymore, so I just ripped it off the frame and reused the frame for something new. After that was done, I did get my card making suitcase where I could emboss cards or cut them in different ways and stuff like that. So I really like that suitcase, but what I use it for today is tying ribbons. And I have those two little pins, and on the upper left you can see there are holes, and you can decide what size your bow should have by putting in those pins more or less close together. So I'm using an olive green ribbon. This time it has a gold finish on the end, which I like a lot because I'm planning to use gold also in my decorations. So on the left hand side I do have the instructions on how to tie the bow that I want to have, and I'm doing it in real time pretty slowly here, so you can see easily what I'm doing and can, well, do it yourself. It's really very simple to tie a bow. Once that's done, I'm jiggling off the ribbon from those pins, and you need quite a bit of strength there, but it works out in the end. So aside from the ribbons and the spray that I'm going to use later, all of the things that I use today are recycled. I did have things in my studio, like I said, the frames of the canvases or the glues and stuff and other things that I'm going to use in a couple of minutes. All of those I had in my studio and I reused them. So this is a very nice recycling thing where you could make some wintry or Christmas decorations for your home, or just give it as a gift to somebody. So I'm cutting both of the ribbons with a fishtail to make them even look nicer. And once that's done, I'm just pinching and pulling at the ribbon to, well, have the tails in place and have everything look nice. So that's the second biggest step. I'm also going to use that honey gold cord on my project today, but way later only. I'm just getting rid of that taggy thing there, that glue sticker. I don't like those pieces, but well, you gotta do what you gotta do. So that heart that you can see there is made out of very tiny twigs, and I did not make this heart. I bought it 5 years ago, and this was actually the base for the name tags at my wedding. So I kept most of the hearts and just got rid of the name tags of my guests, the ones that did not take it with them, and I kept the hearts and I would use them one day. So today is the day, and I will put some high gloss gold color spray all over the heart. So since this is a new can, after shaking it up pretty hard, the first test was on the paper towel, and I would recommend that you do that too, to not ruin anything that you want to spray with the gold spray, because the first bit of color that comes out of the can really is quite under pressure usually. So I'm just glossing the whole heart, front and back and all the sides with this gold spray, and it is quite well, it's not too shiny, which I like a lot. The project that I'm doing here today has a very natural look, a very rustic look, and if you have the gold spray like a tapestry on something, that's just too much in my personal for my personal taste. So I like that you only have kind of like a gold shimmer on the heart. And once I've sprayed the heart, I will just put it aside, leave it to dry, just give it a rest, and we'll move on to the frame. And again, this was actually one of the fastest projects for the advent calendar that I did. This took me maybe like 45 minutes, including letting everything dry. So it really was fast. And for that, I like the outcome like a lot. You can see the grains and the patterns on the frame. I think they're gorgeous. And again, it's just done with that blowtorch. There's nothing more. So what I also did, end of August, beginning of September, I went into the woods in my local area and just collected different things and pieces. And one of the things that I collected was tree bark. We had a very huge storm, like almost like a hurricane over here in June, and well, a couple of trees didn't make it. So the local communities had to cut a lot of trees down, and you could collect pieces of bark all over the place. So I just went through the forest and got myself some bark, got it dried in my studio, and that was that. And I'm attaching it with some hot glue. Be very careful, don't burn yourself like I did with the hot glue, and just put it onto the frame. Simple as that. And I'm putting also a smaller piece on the left hand side because the heart will sit on there, and I need to have something that I could glue the heart onto. There would have been too much space between the frame and the heart if I would have not put down that one tiny bit of bark. That's all it takes to make everything stable and robust and stay there for years and years to come. So I'm just gluing down the heart to the bark and the frame. Again, waiting a couple of minutes to have the glue cooled down and hardened, and well, being a solid connection between the frame and the heart. I like the, well, kind of natural decorations a lot. I'm very much into nature, and I'm very much into natural material for decorations. So I really, really liked the outcome of that piece, and thinking about how simple it was to put together, I don't know why I didn't do that earlier. But then again, I don't always have time for everything. So I used that little cardboard box there to keep the heart exactly at the position I wanted to, and not having to hold it like all the time until the glue was solid. And meanwhile, I just added the ribbon to the heart, also using my hot glue gun there. So now that the glue is cool, I can remove the box and go on with working on my frame. And I'm using this, I don't even know what it's called in English, but that packaging thing there to have my frame resting at an angle at my desk, because I am spraying a bit more of that high gloss gold color spray on the edges of the bark to define or to have them outlined a bit more and creating like a shiny end of the bark, and having the inner parts of the bark be really, really dark, which I think makes a nice contrast. So once that's done, I cut down the cord to a length that I wanted to have it to. And by the way, the frame size is 30 by 40 centimeters, just to give you an idea how big that thing is. So it's fairly tiny. I will make bigger frames during the advent calendar. You will see. So I'm just turning the frame over to have it rested on the front side, because I want to glue the ribbon, the cord down to the frame. And I will also use my hot glue gun for that. And I'm just adding it, gluing the ribbon down, letting it cool, and that's pretty much that. Easy and very, very simple. So I hope you got inspired by today's idea, and I hope I see you with tomorrow's crafting project on this advent calendar. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this video, and if you have any questions, please let me know. I will be very happy to answer all of them if I can answer them. Like, if I do have an answer, I will, I promise. And otherwise, I hope you have a very nice day. Enjoy, go create, and I'm going to see you tomorrow. Goodbye.